We're rolling. We're still rolling, baby.
We're still rolling.
Actually, haven't seen you guys in a while. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's been ages. Episode
Get that rash cleared up, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, so episode 2, we're touching on what are we touching on today?
Go around the
Kenny?
grounds.
We're doing predictions. We got
doing our predictions, covering who we think's got what in the tank in each division.
to take out the division, and then our MVP, offensive player, offensive rookie, all that.
Oh,
jazz.
awards. Yep.
Yeah,
Cool.
So, but start off with the divisions. Well, I think we should just do it. We'll start off with the NFC, just because I feel the AFC always goes first.
Yep.
May as well start with the North, with the NFC
get my-
North.
yeah,
We're talking Packers,
phone out.
Bears, Lions, Vikings.
Packers, Bears, Lions, Vikings.
After watching that coach on Hard Knocks, dude, I just want him to win
I
so
want the
bad,
Lions
man.
to be good.
I want that guy
They've
to
got
come
good
in and just
players
motivate
too.
me every day.
Dan Campbell. DC.
Except that his most recent video was kind of weird. You know, he thought about the question for like 3 minutes. Have you seen that one?
Yes, he thought about the question for 3 minutes, and I, to the point where I started thinking about what my own answer would be, and then I decided on what my own answer would be, and then he said his answer, and I was like, mine's better.
It wasn't even that good. Let's go. So what are we talking
I
about?
really like
Division
Amon
winner.
Ra.
Division 1.
Amon Ra as
Division
a,
what? Sorry?
Division winner. Who will win that
Oh, of
division?
which one? Which
NFC North.
NFC North.
It's gotta be,
So pretty much anyone taking anyone other than the Packers?
Yeah, I'm going to go Bears.
Sorry, what? Defend yourself, sir.
I mean, you get a full year with
Fields.
Fields at quarterback. I think
And who else?
They just signed that receiver from the...
Unless it's Calvin Johnson from 2008. I don't care.
they got like Darnell Mooney.
They signed a good receiver, dude. Who was it? From the...
Not convincing.
I can't even fucking... I don't even know who the receiver is. Oh, God. Here, let me see.
The Bears might be the worst team in the league.
They're more likely to be drafted
I
first.
didn't even, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I really like Fields. And I
Yeah,
don't think he's
we're all
got-
high on the
we're
Fields
all-
train.
Yeah, exactly.
We're also highly aware that he is freaking. Remember that episode of The Simpsons with the it's like, free yourself from the rock of shame. Now take the boulder of fucking pride or whatever.
Oh, yeah, maybe it was another team. My bad. I'm thinking of Philly.
Yeah,
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I'm sticking with my answer, though. I'm sticking with the Bears.
Hey,
They got my boy Pringle.
Oh, you're gonna look fucking genius.
Yeah, exactly.
You got Pringle, the guy who couldn't beat out Nicole Hardman, who we spent
Yeah.
last podcast talking about, is still
Shitting
struggling
on.
to be a guy.
I'm going with them.
You said what you said.
I do like.
You're gonna look like a fucking genius.
Yeah.
If they actually like turn that shit
Yeah, I'm gonna
around.
go with the Bears. Fuck it.
I like Cole
They're
Kmet,
fun.
Actually, Cole Kmet has a chance to be a good
And
tight end.
If I honestly had a second team, it'd probably be the Bears, to be honest.
They're
Because
fun.
I know everyone that I know in America, they all live in Chicago.
I've got family in Chicago now. Maybe I should be. Maybe that should be my NFC team.
And they're the oldest team in the league too, right? Originally, I believe they were originally founded in like 1901 as the Decatur Staleys.
Baileys. Yeah.
Yeah.
And are still like it's still the same team. The
There you
Chicago
go.
Bears. So there's a lot of history there.
Anyway, what
No, I think Packers.
It's Packers with
Packers? Okay.
with occasional temptation from the Vikings, depending.
Yeah,
on Kirk
and
Cousins
Not
gets
all
it.
my answers will be G ups, by the way. Like,
I think the Vikings definitely have like they're
mean,
going to have something to say about it.
Justin
they're not gonna
Jefferson
be a
is just
pushover.
like Stephon Diggs
Yep.
was, when he left and whatnot.
Yep.
Thielen is getting a bit older and a bit more fucking useless.
Who is Rodgers throwing to?
And that's part of the reason why I think I think they're going to turn into a bit more of a power game at this point. Because
Aaron
AJ
Jones
Dillon is ready to
and
make
AJ
the jump.
Dillon, yep.
I think AJ Dillon's going to take snaps away from Aaron Jones this year.
Yep.
Watch Aaron Jones move into the slot a lot more to help compensate for some of these losses.
Yeah. Yep.
Freaking I know we spoke about Aaron Rodgers ad nauseum last podcast, but how about like his answer because of Devontae Adams talking about him going from like Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer, talking about comparing Rodgers to Derek Carr. So then Aaron Rodgers talks about how he's going from Hall of Fame wide receiver to Hall of Fame wide receiver to freaking what's his name? Not Scantling, the Lazard King, Aaron Lazard, who was supposed to be their number one guy. I drafted him because he's going to get catches.
And look, Rodgers does like elevate his wide receivers.
He does.
Anyway,
Devontae Adams
so-
was a nobody.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, look, it's probably got to be the Packers. And
is there
Rodgers-
improvement from the Lions?
There'll be improvement.
Yeah.
Those
I don't-
guys want
I
to
don't
run
think
through a
they're
brick
gonna
wall
be-
for DC.
I guess we'll go through, but I don't even
Yeah.
think they'll be bottom 5 in the league.
You reckon they'll?
I
You reckon they'll beat out either the Bears or Vikings? I mean, they could.
Oh, definitely the Bears. We. I think
well, I
Curtis
can't.
and
I
family
can't go
the
back.
Bears
I can't go back on
You
mine.
can't. You can't. You own it. I respect that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think.
I
they'll
mean,
get
Goff
more
with
wins
this
than
with an
the
off season under his belt, that's going to help stabilize the
Goff
ship
gets
a little
shit
bit.
on a lot, and some of it's deserved, but he's not the worst quarterback. Like,
Yeah, he's not going to win you a
fine-
Super Bowl.
He's not going to win you a Super
quite
Bowl.
literally.
Yeah. But he's fine to like
Yeah.
ride with while they build that team up from the ground. They
And
young.
Yeah.
I'm
they've
on
got some good
Ross, St.
players.
Brown,
I'm on Ross St. Brown. They've got that Hutchinson.
Hutchinson,
gonna
who
be
is
a
the
good pass
perfect
rusher.
type of Dan Campbell type of player.
And
He'll
from
make
Detroit.
he'll
Yeah.
make some noise. He's honestly going to be the face of that franchise for the next few years to come. Like,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I reckon we'll see like pretty significant improvement. in
Anyway.
the Lions.
we got so many division boys.
We got so many.
Yeah. we're
Sticking
going
with the NFC, so North, South, NFC South,
South.
Tampa. Anyone going against
Falcons,
Tampa Bay?
Panthers, Saints, Bucks.
That's Tampa Bay's divisional. lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'm high on the
dude,
Saints. this
Saints.
year.
Saints. They got like they haven't lost much in the defense, have they?
No,
They were
no,
solid
but
last
they
year.
still have questions at quarterback.
I
Yeah,
like
Winston was
Jameis.
good, man.
Jameis,
I like
Jameis.
Jameis.
And then you got the old mate coming back, receiver.
Michael Thomas.
He'll be back
Slant
eventually,
boy.
right?
Boy.
Slant
Yeah.
boy.
See how he goes.
Question: where did he go in your fantasy drafts?
I don't think
He was mid to late. Not enough for
I
me to
think
snag him, but I wanted
someone
to.
might
him
have
up
got him
very
like,
deep.
Yeah, quite late.
Yeah, I was
that could
thinking
be
about getting
incredible
him.
value.
That could
I
be
think
really
I end up
good.
getting my
Jameis
like.
can throw a slant.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, I was definitely picking my bench before for sure. Like,
right.
I was deep into
Yeah.
my bench.
Yeah.
He went a bit earlier in mine, but yeah, no, he could. Yeah, people forget how good he was, even if he was catching 70% of slants.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I have a feeling the Bucks will fall off a bit this year. I don't think.
Well,
Yeah, well,
reckon
that's with
They're
Brady.
an old team for one. Like a lot of their big players are kind of veteran, aging players.
they're decent. You don't have Sue on the defensive front anymore. The edge guys could arguably be like flash in the pan players who only play
Yeah.
on like flat tracks.
Evans and Godwin obviously are still really good, and that's,
Godwin with his knee.
yeah, exactly.
What we got? None of us backing Mariota to revitalize the Falcons. Kyle Pitts with
Yeah, I
another
think
The
1,000-yard
Falcons
season.
is one of those where Falcons I could easily see being the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
But Kyle Pitts will still get 1,000-yard season.
Yeah,
Dude, how crazy is it that Kyle Pitts is only the second rookie tight end to record 1,000 yards? Can you guys tell me who was the only other one to, or the last one to do it?
Rookie tight end, 1,000 yards. I don't know, like
Was it your guy?
Antonio Gates? It was
Yeah.
not.
It was not.
It was not.
soon. Is it older than that or is it
Older.
more?
Oh, I wouldn't have a clue then.
It's not from this era. It's freaking Mike Ditka.
Mike Ditka. Really?
Really?
Which 1,000 yards back in those days is
For a
so
tight end.
impressive.
Also,
Yeah.
Weirdly
They were
enough,
throwing 3 passes a game.
weirdly enough, he wasn't even he didn't even play tight end until his rookie year. That was the first time in his career Ditka had ever played tight end. He was
Yeah.
drafted as a defensive end
There you go. Freaking
and a linebacker. It's
crazy.
Wow, Mike Ditka.
There's a lot of Panthers and Falcons gone, but there's a lot of umming with the Saints Bucks.
Well,
So you gotta pick one.
I'm
You
intrigued
gotta
to
pick
see
one.
what Baker does with the Carolina Panthers. There's a lot of people in hot seats there. With
Oh, so you
coaching
think
stuff.
maybe Panthers?
no, I don't think maybe. I'm interested to see how they're going. I think it is Tampa Bay and a bomb threat. Still,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Saints.
I'll stick with Saints.
You're going Saints as well.
this was,
Because I hate Brady.
Now
I
I'm
want
just
the
glad
Bucs
that
to
I'm
be
just
good.
not a psychopath.
all right. Let's move over to your division, Curtis.
NFC
The NFC, the
East.
former NFC least, and now looks a lot more relevant.
Yeah,
Another
this
flip
one's,
a coin,
I reckon
baby.
This is a pretty easy pick. I think it's the Eagles. I don't see
Really?
the,
Not the Cows.
No, Cowboys have lost way too much over the last this off season. They've lost 2 of their offensive linemen. They've lost they lost a receiver, right?
Yeah, it's Cooper.
Yeah. So what? CD is going to be.
See, they're waiting for Gallup to get back from injury. I think. Still.
Waiting for Gallup to get back from
Or
injury.
get
They've
back to
got
form.
Zeke is not the Zeke he used to be. Tony
But
Pollard.
Tony
still
Pollard's
is
legit.
Really good.
I
He's
got him so
legit.
late in my draft. I'm so excited about
Yeah.
that.
Their defense was unsustainably good last
Trent-
year.
and freaking White.
Diggs.
Diggs. Sorry, White. He's trying to reinvent himself as someone who isn't burnt.
Is it
50% of the time.
50% of the time.
Poor
he gets
bloke.
an interception 50% of the time.
Chargers-
He's burnt worse than you've ever seen.
Yeah, Chargers Cowboys did a joint practice, and that whole clip of Keenan Allen getting that end zone catch of him went viral, and he's copping it. But I'm like, that's a dude trying to evolve and get better. I kind
Yes.
of felt bad for him.
Exactly. But no, I think they're about to fall off a cliff. And I've never thought that Dak's a great quarterback when you have a good team around him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think he's going to struggle. Especially, I think the biggest losses are their offensive line is going to take a step back, which means Dak will be under pressure more. Zeke, Tony Pollard won't be getting the huge runs and the huge holes they used to get.
Yeah.
Everything else kind of falls apart. And the Eagles are just fucking stacked.
Yeah, it all comes down to their only question mark is can freaking Hurts.
Hurts
perform.
is their only position. that
Otherwise,
has a question mark.
they've quickly restacked their side. Howie's done a good job. I'm going to go ahead and say this, and maybe this is taken away from some of our later chat, but Eagles would be my dark horse to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl.
Yep, I can see that.
Not a bad pick.
Especially that secondary. They've got Darius Slay, James Bradbury.
Yeah.
They've
just
got
the Saints
Chauncey
fella?
Gardner-Johnson, yeah. Like all those three could be your number one, like the number
Could be
one
number one
cornerback
corner.
on so many teams.
Any team,
and
yeah.
they've got all three of them. It's
Yeah.
nuts. And their
big,
defensive line has just always been good, and they got Cox and Graham still.
Addition of AJ Brown.
Oh, yeah, and freaking AJ Brown in the draft, which is probably another topic we should have
Yep.
covered in the draft. That was a huge addition.
Huge addition.
Like, Hurts he's got every reason to succeed. Mailata's come out and proved himself to be a genuine number one tackle.
Yep, their
Yeah.
offensive line is stacked. Yeah,
So-
again, every position group for that team outside of the quarterback room. Is
Running
stacked.
backs aren't sexy.
No, but I think we've seen that you can get by. You don't need a superstar running back. Not in the league.
That defense got stronger. They picked up the other line. They got friggin' firstly my favorite player in the draft in who's a defensive tackle. How's his name escaped me? I was talking about him all last night.
Jordan
Jordan
it's not
Davis,
Jordan Davis?
big,
Yeah,
big baby
yeah.
Davis, who I think is going to be an unbelievable player. I think he has
And
Fletcher.
learning behind
Fletcher
Graham and
Cox.
Fletcher Cox. Jeez.
And then they got friggin' N'Kobe Dean at
Yep.
linebacker. Like
Huge
those, yeah, like
Yeah.
that
I
defense
think
is
he's
ready to
injured
roll.
for maybe half the season.
He'll
but
be
still,
coming
it
in at the
doesn't-
right time.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
So yeah, that's a no-brainer, I reckon.
So what's
Eagles.
what's
I think Eagles.
so we're all on the Eagles train.
I think so.
Dilly.
I think the Giants will win 6 games this year.
Oh, there's the over under has been set.
Yeah.
6 games.
Nice.
No, the over-under would be 5.5.
What do we
We got the
NFC
West.
West.
Going
Oh,
to the West. So we got Cards, 49ers, Seahawks, Rams.
Yeah.
This
I
is-
did not like what I saw from the Rams yesterday, but I can't not back them. Maybe the Cards,
where was OBJ? When's he back?
he's
not
not
signed.
He's just free agent.
Free agent.
He's not signed.
He got
Fuck.
he got
He was dancing around on the field like.
he got didn't he get he did his ACL right?
Oh, that's
Again,
right. Because
and
there
he
was
got-
talks of him.
Yeah,
Maybe the Chiefs signing him.
he's got surgery. And I think nobody's.
But isn't
kind
it
of willing
likely
to
that he's
sign him.
going back to the Rams though? Wasn't that because he's like,
Who knows?
I think he's like girlfriend's
Apparently
from
they-
there and he's
yeah.
set up there and he loves LA.
There's another team in LA.
Yeah. there is.
I don't think we got the cap.
Nice.
But
Seahawks,
year,
no.
mate,
I'm gonna
wasn't
go.
paid that much
I'm gonna go
last year.
Niners for sure. I think.
well, that's what I think. I think there's two
Yeah.
schools of thoughts here. You either back
Yeah.
the Rams to go back to back, or at least clearly win, or if you are on the Trey Lance train, then you're going hard 49ers because once again they're a team like the Eagles who are stacked with only a question mark over quarterback.
and I
Yeah,
think-
and Shanahan's just shown time and time again that he can
Yeah.
work miracles.
Still got Debo, still
Still
got
got
Kittles,
Debo.
got that
arguably
defense.
the best player in the NFL
Bosa.
on
Their
his
offensive
day.
line is still good.
Yep.
I like the Niners. If I'm putting money on it though, I'd put Rams to win the division, but I don't see them going far through the playoffs.
I'm going Rams. I think they're just dealing with Super Bowl hangover
yeah,
right now.
yeah, exactly.
So I'll back the Rams again.
Yeah, I'll go 49ers. Who you going?
Yeah,
On the record. Rams,
Rams.
49ers. Okay. Oh, that's done.
So there's the NFC done.
NFC done.
Okay.
So-
Should we say who wins the NFC?
Or who gets to who's playing the NFC
yeah,
championship
championship.
game and who wins?
Oh, see, okay, what you guys say will dictate what I choose.
I think it will be
'Cause
the
I've kind of hinted.
Eagles. Yeah, I think it'll be the Eagles and the Packers.
Eagles, Packers.
Do I though? Yeah, fuck it. Yep.
Eagles, Packers,
Eagles,
Sammy.
Packers.
Dude, I'm gonna go Niners. Niners, Eagles.
Yeah.
I think the
that's what
Niners.
I'm gonna
I think the
know,
Niners beat the Packers again, in the semis,
Yeah, okay.
and it just stirs shit up again.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. And then I think that they beat the Eagles.
We're all
And I
going
think the
Eagles.
Niners are going back to the Super Bowl.
We're all going the Eagles then, but I don't think you're all crazy for not riding the freaking Tampa train. Tampa Bay over the Eagles. Book it. And that'll be the
Yeah,
NFC.
okay.
Yeah, I
That'll
mean,
be the
that's
NFC Championship result.
I'm trying to avoid the Bucks.
Yeah, I just.
But I also the only thing that concerns me about the 49ers is obviously the question mark around Trey Lance. So that could just fall to shit very quickly.
Yeah. I think Eagles, Packers, and Packers take it over the Eagles just because
Yeah.
Rodgers and all his weird acid stuff.
Yeah, like
Like,
I
unlocked
shot
part
myself
of
in the
his
foot
brain
big time by going the Bears, so I can't even.
Hey, on the bright side, that multi is like
Yeah, I'm
just shot
gonna
up.
be watching the
An
Bears
extra
all year.
$1,000.
I'm gonna be watching
Hey,
them all year.
aren't you still riding the value of that Justin Fields card you got?
Yeah, I still got it.
so
Yeah,
there you
that's
go.
what I mean.
You've got a
Fuck.
vested interest.
He gets the Super Bowl, baby. That card's.
Yeah.
Sell high, baby, sell high.
Yeah.
AFC.
AFC.
Let's
start
go.
with the East.
Start with the East, sure.
Oh,
Gotta
I
be
think
Bills.
I'm
Yeah.
going Bills. For
But I did want to say about the East, I think the Dolphins are going to scare some teams this year. I reckon they've got
yeah,
a really good kind of, I don't know.
they're a scary team.
Yeah.
Like they're
got
like
good players.
they're a
Tyreek
team.
and Waddle
Tyreek.
is one of the best receiving duos in football.
Yeah, they're a team that like
Going Gizek.
if you're a team and you're versing them on the weekend, you're probably like, oh fuck.
Yeah. And so they got Teron Armstead to be their left tackle. Their new center, Connor Williams, they pulled from the Cowboys. Like they completely revamped that offensive line. And outside, like their running back room is pretty decent. Their wide receivers really, really good last year. It was just fucking up because the O-line was so shit.
Their running back room is good enough for them to cut Sony Michelle.
Yeah. Yep. They
So-
got Raheem Mostert and Chase Edmonds.
So that's a good 1-2 punch right there.
Yeah.
That's, the offensive weapons are set. This is more well and truly a prove it year for Tua.
100%. And it is that's their question mark, right? Because their defense is stacked too. They've got good safeties, they've got good cornerbacks,
Yep.
you know. Linebackers thin for them, but
Let's put it this way: if Josh Allen gets injured, all of a sudden,
yep.
that's divisions up to be cleared.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and Josh
Miami's
Allen,
on a-
I know he built different, but
He takes
he
hits.
takes
He
hits.
takes hits.
So
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just
And
saying,
all it takes is for him to next time he bloody throws that
if you were looking
palm
for
out,
Yeah, I think
palm and hurt his finger or something.
if you're looking for value, like Miami,
Yes.
if you wanted to get value in that, Miami's not far off.
yeah, it's
I don't
it's
see
so
the
hard to go
Patriots
past the
like
Bills, but especially
yeah,
after
yeah,
especially
last
after last
night.
They did yesterday.
The other
Yeah.
thing is, though, I'm going to say, as someone who just went through, and Curtis, you're very familiar with this new head coaching stuff.
Yep.
It takes a year to try and get your legs under you.
Yep.
And you know, so who's
Yeah,
what's
I
his
like
name?
Mike McDaniel.
Mike
I like
McDaniel?
him. 49ers, you know.
Very likable guy, millennial coach,
Yep, young coach, was around Shanahan for years and years.
but absolutely could be getting taught some lessons
Yes.
as part of his development this year.
exactly. And I that sort of Shanahan tree offense, they tend to be just very like, they play smart football. They're not talent reliant as much as other teams.
Yeah,
So much as the scheme is really good and puts people in good situations. So, but yeah, the Bills.
we're leaving the West till last. I don't
South.
care what you
Leave the
say.
West till
Well, yeah, let's go south.
South.
So we got Texans, Colts, Jags, Titans. That's a crappy division.
it's a ball fest.
But in
Such
that
a
case,
ball fest.
I think Colts.
Yeah, I think once again they won the division when they had old ass Philip Rivers on that team,
Yeah.
and largely they've stayed the same. They still got
Tons of taking
freaking
hits.
offensive player of the year, freaking Jonathan Taylor,
Yeah.
the likely number one pick of like 99.99% of drafts,
Yep.
fantasy
Yeah.
drafts this year. So there's no reason why they need to change too much. Matty Ice has proven that he can
shown he can
run an offense
Yep.
to a Super Bowl level.
And he's he's the kind of quarterback I think that team needs as well. Wentz is just a bit. I don't know what's happening with Wentz, but like he actually had. An
Yeah, we didn't
okay
even
year.
mention the Commanders.
We didn't even mention the Commanders. But yeah, just wait. The Giants will come last in the division, lose 2 games to the Commanders.
The commies.
Wentz statistically wasn't actually that bad last year. He just had those dumb mistakes that he had. Was the only quarterback in NFL history to have thrown 3 picks in a season with their non-dominant throwing hand.
How was that possible?
He threw it like multiple times and got picks with his left hand.
He's no Mahomes, bro. No, speaking of which, Actually, one of the best little, like, surprise, surprise, I'm in a couple punting groups. One of the best tips I've seen is Wentz to lead the league in interceptions, because Wentz is in that boat where he's good enough not to get benched towards the back end of the year and shit enough to be throwing picks.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Especially if they're going to be behind on the scoreboard and just yeeting them downfield.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the value is high. He's north of 20, so there you go. Kenzo's.
What do we
kick of
reckon?
the season.
I think I'm just because the division's such a fucking mess. I'm going to go Jags just based on hoping that Lawrence has a good year. And
Well, the new head coach, Peterson's a good coach.
Yeah.
He's a good coach. And
I
he's
think
won it all
Lawrence
before.
has it in him to be a
Drag
very
a
good
team to-
quarterback, dude.
I just think they're still missing a few pieces.
Yeah.
I still don't understand the Christian Kirk contract, but you know, I wanted him.
And most people don't understand.
Yeah,
it.
but I
He's
think
not
at that
good.
point you just pay overs to get someone going.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Their O line is shaky.
So-
I mean, both sides of the line actually. But they've got the black Josh Allen still.
But yeah, we'll see. I think they're just still a couple of explosive pieces away from really shaking the boat.
They'll be one of those teams I think will be surprised that they look a lot better this year, and
Yeah.
they might scrape out 6 or 7 wins but look competitive. So I think that's all you hope for. Like if you're the Giants, for example, you're the Jags, you're the Jets, you're a bunch of these teams where you're just kind of hoping that you play like good footy,
Yeah.
and you don't just embarrass like the team's not embarrassing.
Exactly. You just playing respectable footy.
Yeah.
As I was explaining to you with your situation earlier, like you just want to be looking like you're getting beaten because you're out talented, not because you are losing
Yeah,
games.
because the other team is just more stacked than you.
That being said, we could be crazy here, and the Titans could come back to their dominant ways. We don't know. They're missing a couple of outside threats, I think.
Yeah, Henry will be.
He's a freak.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, and Burks is on that. It was got drafted in their side.
Yeah.
He could be replacing some of that AJ Brown absence.
They got Malik Willis, who I wouldn't be surprised if if the team starts slow.
Yeah, for sure.
Is not where they're sitting, where they should be towards the end of the season. I would say.
Yeah, 'cause I
Willis
think-
coming in and Tannehill getting benched.
Yeah, I think Tannehill had to get it done the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't,
Well,
so
I
yeah.
think all it would take is getting sacked, which sounds like socks. Speaking of which, today's sponsor for this podcast, K-Cubed Socks. Big shout out to our podcast sponsor, K-Cube. Fashionable socks designed on the cool edges of the Pacific Ocean. They're 90% cotton, 7% elastic, and 3% spandex. Get some new sockies on your footsies.
Got to plug.
Yeah,
a
we don't
website.
even.
Is there a website?
You know how like Spotify have the actual like ad
Scan
breaks,
this QR code.
and like in JRE, he like it just like stops, and you're like, did my Spotify just break? And it's like, Manscaped. And you're like, oh, here we go.
Have you seen the Pat McAfee
You
one
like
where he
have
gets
to
a bit-
listen to it for,
Yep.
and like you can tell he's just reading off a piece of paper.
Yeah,
It's like he's like, I'm doing this one
I'll
time.
do it. Yeah, and we're never recording it again.
Yeah,
Anyway, Manscaped, jump on board, eh?
AFC
but-
North.
And AFC North. This is
Wait,
interesting.
so AFC South.
Oh, I'm
What-
going Jags.
Colts, Jags.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Tempted to go Titans just to throw it. You know what? Just for the sake of difference, I'll go Titans.
Yeah, nice.
It's all,
So it's
that,
still
that
sad- it's
division's
still-
a bit
Yeah, I'm
kinda
like
up for grabs.
I'm literally just like
That's a weird
We gotta-
division. We doing North?
If the Texans
at the end of the
win,
year, we
there's
got to like
somebody
have
sad.
it up.
Texans win.
Chalkboard. I'll like make
cool.
notes and be
Yeah.
like, see who wins. Come on, Bears.
All right.
That'll be like the decider too.
Yeah.
It's like I just take it out, which is the Bears win.
Mate, if the Bears win the division, I don't care about all the other picks.
That
you
is a
win.
huge call. Yeah.
You're the only man
just playing-
outside of
Just
Chicago.
just playing literally all my faith is in just one signed piece of cardboard.
That's that's paying for the wedding right there. That gets all.
All right. So the North, we got Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers.
This is interesting. I'm very interested to see where you guys go with this.
I want to see the Bengals succeed again. I do.
Yeah.
I really do. Even like I think
Revamped
what they did.
O-line. What was the one? What
Yep.
was the one issue they had last year? They
Yep.
couldn't.
Yeah,
Old mate taking
but
9 sacks. in a
I'm going to
game.
go Ravens.
I do think.
I think
that-
Lamar's a stud. They still got really good running backs.
Still trying to lock that contract in, negotiating it
still-
himself
yeah,
with his
still-
mummy.
Yep.
Mumsy.
What do you mean? Is he not? What?
He's
This is his last year.
Oh,
on the
okay, but he's here
contract.
this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, sweet.
They're
Okay,
trying to
cool.
negotiate the extension.
Yeah.
Him and his mother.
They need to get that done.
That shit
They
can
need-
that lingers in the back of your head.
Yeah.
It's hard to lead a team when you're worried about
You
that.
don't even know if they want you back.
I didn't know about that. Maybe no. I'll keep Ravens.
Yeah, I think.
I think if they can lock in their contract ASAP, I'll go the Ravens.
If that's
Because
still
the
open.
moment he gets that guaranteed money, he'd play in Lamar football.
Yes.
Until then,
exactly. Yeah,
a
until
few
then
extra slides that he probably wouldn't have taken otherwise.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Until then, I'll go Bengals.
Yeah, I think Bengals, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him drop off a little bit this year. They might look a bit shaky to start out. I just gut feel teams kind of.
Yeah.
No one was really expecting them to do what they did last year, and now the expectations are for them to do that.
Well, here's the other important factor. They won the division, so they're getting the harder schedule in that division. They're playing other division winners and whatnot, so it's not going to be as easy.
No way.
So, yeah, but
And
I think it's because I'm such a big Joey Burrow fan that I want to go
exactly.
on the Bengals.
Yeah, he's such a stud, dude.
It's hard to bet against him.
He's so cool too.
So on the record,
I'm going to say Bengals.
I'll say Bengals as well. Sammy?
I'm sticking to Ravens.
Yeah, makes sense. No one's going Steelers or the friggin'
Nah, not the Browns.
the dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Well, here's the crazy thing. A year ago removed, I've listed the Browns as my sneaky Super Bowl team.
I know,
They were so likable.
Yeah.
They were so likable, and now they're just terrible. Plus,
what 3
Jacoby
months can do?
Brissett is playing for 11 games for them. Sorry, not going to work. He played
Well,
for
that's the
4
question.
games last year for the Dolphins, and it was trash.
Here's a question. Does Jimmy G, do they swing and trade for Jimmy G for those games? If they show signs of life and they're just missing competent quarterback
I
play,
don't even feel like Jimmy would go, though. I don't think they could.
I don't think Jimmy's got a choice,
Do
mate.
they have? Can they afford him? Do they have money? Are they going to
Middle-
pay him $500 million?
true.
Sure.
The salary cap is it's a
always
bloody myth. You can
Yeah,
you can always
work stuff
kick
out.
money down the road.
Yeah.
And then Steelers with
Kenny Pickett likely starting eventually.
I think so. Mitch Titty Kisser Trubisky,
And
I
then
think is going to be the.
Najee doing his
Oh
thing.
yeah, hell yeah! But it's 2022 NFL. You don't win on the
No
back of
Brown,
running
no
back.
Juju.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, no. Anyway, and then the big finale. Obviously, we're gonna pick our team, so it's interesting to see where Curtis goes with this.
Well, like Curtis.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm.
Can we go 1, 2, 3, 4? Or is that too
Sure,
hard?
actually,
for
no,
this?
that's a great idea for the
this
West.
one. Can we?
Yeah,
can we
that makes a
predict
lot of sense.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
I think. Well, for one, your division is getting 2 teams into the playoffs. I think is kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And I think.
I think we're getting 3.
Yes, you can definitely argue that. And I think those 2 teams will be the Chiefs and the Chargers. I think Chargers will win the division with a better record.
Yeah, I agree.
But the Chiefs will be close. Like it's not going to be a runaway with the league kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm really worried about them Chargers this year.
And then I'd say Raiders, then Bronx.
Raiders, then the
Oh,
Bronx.
see, I've switched that.
Switch.
I've gone
Again,
gone Raiders. Like I don't know. I personally think they're a little bit overrated, but
Raiders.
The Raiders.
Ain't no one rating the Raiders right now.
no,
That's what I'm saying. He's getting slept on.
yeah, yeah. I'm going. Yeah, Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders.
See, here's going to
So
surprise you. I've got the Chiefs.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Because I think there is something to say about knowing how to win your division.
Yeah.
And even though I don't know where they're going to get their production from this year, I just don't bet against a winning thing until they're no longer a winning thing.
Yeah.
So I've got the Chiefs.
don't get me wrong. I'm worried about the Chargers.
Oh, I'm worried about the Chiefs as well. Well, obviously. I think we'll do well as well.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know. I just haven't seen us being able to win the games we needed to lately. Chiefs, and then I've got freaking the Raiders.
Yeah.
Number 2.
You know what would be?
The
You know
Chargers
what
coming
could
in
happen?
3, but in the
Wow.
playoffs.
Okay.
3,
Yep.
but the worst wildcard
They-
team.
the
You know what
wild
could
card.
happen? Like it could get to a thing where the Chiefs lose 2 of the division games to the Chargers. They win out the rest, but the Chargers then lose 3 to the Broncos and the Raiders.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
That it's something like that
Yeah,
I see happening.
Yeah.
And then
it
the
starts getting
Chiefs
really
still
messy,
getting
man.
the top
Yeah.
seed, but they've lost 2 to the Chargers. Like
Chargers,
that's
yeah.
what I see that
Yeah.
could potentially
I
happen.
can see that happening too.
Because you've been building to basically beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
So-
all the teams
and-
in that division at this point are kind of built to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's
There's
the way
been a
it
lot of
goes.
investment in D-line to try and
DBs.
But like,
Bees.
we're very different. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
Kelsey's still the number 1 go-to,
Yeah.
but like no Hill.
Yeah, I was about to
A
say,
lot of
all this
guys,
logic of defending
like,
against Hill, and he's like,
how
"Oh,
much
he's not
how
here."
much
Yeah.
videotape do they do on, like, they were double teaming Hill all year last year.
Exactly. Yep.
Now they've got to go back to the drawing
Kelsey's
board, and
the
they don't know
only-
who they're going to go to apart from Kelsey.
Yeah, I think that'll open the things. You can start playing some more attacking defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forced into a two shell.
Yep.
But
Could
that
be
being said, I think whoever misses out is not going to miss out by much. As I said, Denver were, I wouldn't say a quarterback away, but that covers a lot of their sins.
Yep. It
Grabbing
does.
not only a competent quarterback, but a quarterback that somehow has evaded MVP votes his whole career.
Yeah. I the only reason I'm a little why I put them last is that I think it's going to take a little bit for Russ and that offense to kind of
New head coach
gel
as well.
and new head coach and figure out
Simulacre.
what their identity needs to be for them to be good. They're probably not going to figure that out until later in the year.
Probably another one of the unspoken additions to the AFC West we didn't talk about in our other podcast was Josh McDaniels jumping back, did a backflip on him.
Yep.
He's actually with the Raiders and providing their new step forward, considering all the drama they went through last year.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see if they definitely outperformed considering the mess that their team was in last year, right? All the ridiculousness with Gruden so it'd be interesting to see that with a bit of stability, new head coach again. We don't know how he's going to do, but does that make him better?
Let me ask you this as I guess a fan from this one. Would you rather your team be in a division where it's like every game you play in your division is like almost basically playing for a playoff spot?
Yep.
Or are you comfortable being that number one team and you're just smoking your division? As a fan, this is a fan.
As a fan,
like, do you just want to see your team get to the
can I
playoffs
pick
and you
a
go from
third
there?
option?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
of
love
course.
when my division is like the fucking bloodbath. Like,
So in other words, what the AFC West is.
yeah, but they don't necessarily all have to be good teams. It's just I like when the division games are tough and everyone beats up on each other, and they're
AFC
always
North.
almost like a coin flip. And the NFC East has been like that.
Yeah, AFC
forever.
North.
AFC
typically.
North's been that
AFC North's like that
typically.
where they just play into division games differently than they play anyone else. So
I think there's
that's my preference.
two schools of thought. Typically, no. As someone who has been not playing much playoff football, I yearn for the days of just
Be the number
locking in and just figuring out who we're going to play.
Yep.
But secondly, as a fan in Australia, love the primetime games.
that's
Having a good division helps that.
Yeah.
Not waking up at friggin' 3 a.m. in the morning is lovely.
Yeah. The 6 a.m.s are bearable
6 a.m.s are doable.
and actually kind of convenient because you can like have it on while getting ready for work.
Yeah, exactly.
and,
You've got time.
then
before
you
work
can
to
whack it
actually
on the
tune in a little
radio
bit.
for when you're driving,
Yep.
and by the time you sort of get into work, maybe it's the fourth quarter, and then rolls on prime time. So. But the 3 a.m.s, bro, they're like, I'll just pray to
Yeah.
God they get through that, and
Yeah.
then just wake
The
up
amount
with
of
the
times
win.
I've woken up 3 a.m., said I'll watch it, fallen asleep halfway through, then I'm waking up in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Seeing that we're friggin' lost by 3 touchdowns, go back to bed depressed. I'm sure I'm not the only
brilliant.
one. Those suck.
And so then who takes out the AFC?
we've covered them all.
No, the who wins? You know how we did the
Oh, the
winner of-
championship,
Yeah,
yeah.
who's your AFC championship?
So
And keep in mind, it wasn't last year was Chiefs and Bengals, not Chiefs and Bills. I don't know if that changes your because I don't want you to think that it was the Bills Chiefs because everyone thought that. Everyone's like,
Everyone thought
whoever's going to
that
win
was
that's going to go to the Super Bowl. And then
I'll
lo
just
and behold, the Chiefs choke after halftime.
Chargers over Bills.
Chargers
over Bills.
Yeah, I'm booking the Bills.
Oi.
Definitely booking the Bills. Oh no, I think Chiefs.
Yeah,
Chiefs over the
Chargers to win the
Bills?
division, but Chiefs to win the AFC Championship.
Yes, yes, I do.
That'll do me.
I do.
Look at the hedge better over here.
Oh man, dude, the Bills scare me, but I think
Herbert's too young to win a Super Bowl. Not just yet.
who is?
Herbert's too young to win a Super
And
Bowl.
he's like a year younger than Josh Allen.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we got the mental game over the Bills. So I'm not so worried about them if we get in the AFC. I think that especially if we're at Arrowhead.
Yeah,
that changes a lot.
But I see, the Bills potentially being number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I think they will be number 1 seed.
Yeah.
And especially
That's my prediction.
and think about it, you're playing up in the cold.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
the Bills.
Yeah, no, I yeah. No, if I had to pick a number 1 seed for
And
the,
that fan base.
and then I think that they get a
Bills
cruisy
Mafia.
run to the AFC Championship, and then they're either playing probably like someone like the Chiefs or the Chargers
So who have you got? Bills.
to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but we may as well.
Yeah,
well,
we may as
fuck,
well.
I've put money on the Chiefs again, so I fucking hope they get there.
I put money on the Giants.
Yeah, but you do that every year.
I do that every
But
year.
mate, you could send a child to college with the trust fund you've created, putting $100 on your Giants to win every year.
Every single
Hasn't paid out since 2011 or whatever the hell you guys got up.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs, but like with my heart saying Chiefs, my head
Chiefs.
saying
So
Bills.
Chiefs over Eagles. Does that make it for you? Oh, no, who did you go? Chiefs over
Like another Chiefs 49ers,
Chiefs 49ers.
which is it's not what I want to see.
What, it's what
And
you
don't
think
get
you
me
want. I
wrong, if it's an Eagles Chargers Super Bowl, bro, that'd be sick.
Mate, that's
man.
like you know Phil, our old quarterback. He's a Philly supporter.
Dude, that would be
That would be
like
a
as a
fun
fan
Super
of
Bowl.
like, and then to
Yeah.
just sit back and just watch you freak out during the game
I'm gonna vomit. I'm gonna.
would just be like
No, I've already
would be
also
like
agreed that I'm
worth
dropping
price
like,
of admission.
I'm
for sure.
dropping like $1,000 on the Chargers to lose because there's no way I'm dealing
with the
the
emotion.
loss of both things. I will happily pay $1,000 to buy us a Super Bowl. That is my contribution to Chargers Nation. Because I'm not dealing with the loss of both. Like I can't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that would be cool though. Like as a fan, like if the Chargers did get to the Super Bowl, I think that'd be awesome.
I think we'll have a lot of neutral. We'll have a lot of the bandwagon supporters because as many people
Yeah, hell
like
yeah.
to joke we have no fans, but that also means that we're easy to love if you need to.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you're hard.
Yes.
There's no reason to hate us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think a lot
And
of people.
Herbert
would
is
back
so
it.
lovely.
And
He's
if
the
it
man.
was if it was Philly though too, you've got rabid Philly fans
Yeah.
all across the fucking world.
Have at me. Go on.
Yeah.
But that being said, Chargers. My Super Bowl pick is Chargers losing to Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Ooh, and that one would hurt too.
Yeah, Brady just doing me in once again.
Yeah.
I'll be screaming so hard from
That would
retirement
hurt
point.
too, and then him just ride off into the sunset. And he's like,
Speaking of right off the sunset, guys, finish the potty. I need a piss.
"You don't want to do player."
I'll be another one.
Okay,
Um,
all right.
Wait. So what was his pick?
He's got Bucks beating Chargers.
Bucks betting Chargers, and you got Chiefs 49ers. Chiefs win.
I've got
Or you
my heart
think
is saying
your heart is
Chiefs
saying-
49ers.
Yep.
Chiefs win.
Yeah.
And then,
logically
but I think it'll be a Bills 49ers.
Bills 49ers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna say. I said
I think you said
49ers Eagles, didn't I?
no.
Packers Eagles, and I think the Packers win that, and then it's Packers
Chiefs would be
Bills.
fun, man.
I reckon Packers Bills.
Yeah, but I mean that's fun
Chiefs would
too.
be fun too.
Yeah, Packers Chiefs would be fun.
And then
All right, cool.
the Bills win it.
All right, well these are all very doable things.
I don't
But-
think any of our predictions, other than your
Yeah.
Bears one, is like way out there.
Yeah,
I think all
we'll
of it-
see.
There are some fun divisions. I guess it was good to go through and just look at the AFC South again because I always forget about that division and it's just weird. Colts could be sneaky good.
Yeah,
All right, so
they're not deadly. Here he is. Are we wrapping up episode 2? No, we just had to get to Curtis's final say.
Oh, yep.
Do you want to hear it?
Go on.
I've got Packers
Packers.
making it to the Super Bowl over the Eagles, and then Bills winning.
Do you see Aaron Rodgers getting a random drug check at any point throughout the season?
Yeah, potentially.
He'll just say
I reckon it'll be like he's taken the heap of acid that he's taken. It's awoken something in him. Now he can win the NFC Championship game, only to lose the Super Bowl. I would just love it.
Great. To Buffalo, who deserve
To
it.
Buffalo, who deserve it so much.
bad after the 4.
Just the
Yeah.
city of Buffalo deserves.
I love that. I'm a big fan of the Bills Mafia fan
Yeah.
base.
They're a
Yeah.
cool team.
Yeah. It gets a bit old though. The tables. Let's be honest. Come on, guys.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Not when they
Especially when they start like picking up babies and they're like, And you're like, okay,
The tables on fire, I think are cool. I've always liked that.
Yeah.
Light the table on fire and jump off the Winnebago or whatever onto it.
Well, I mean, it's got nothing on friggin' eating shit. Am I right, Philly? All right.
Anyway, that'll do us for that one. Yeah, I think that's it, right?
Next,
Yeah, okay,
stay
predictions.
tuned next potty. It'll be MV awards predictions.
Awards.